Adding music to VO. Last time we talked about adding music to audiobooks. In case you missed it, the single step is don't. But sometimes music is okay to add to a VO project, especially if we're the producer. We'll take a look at how to make it sound great in this issue of Stuart's Audacity Tips. This week I got some feedback from a VO colleague I had helped some time ago. It was a little note of joy, explaining how one small piece of guidance had led to big gains in efficiency. That's the kind of joy I love to share, and I hope you get some of it back when you share this with others. If music in audiobooks is off limits, when would we ever want to add music to a VO project? Well, the circumstances are limited for VO performers, but they are much more frequent if you're also producing finished projects. One common example is adding a piece of corporate branding or a series theme under the intro narration for an industrial video. That's the example I'm going to use today. One caveat though, if you deal with music, make absolutely certain that you have the proper rights to use the music in the specific type of project. This is not a tip about music rights, that's a much deeper subject, but protect yourself. Okay. So we're assuming you have all your legal ducks in a row and you have a piece of narration and a piece of music. To start, we're going to put the VO on the first track and the music on the second track, below the first. The most common task in adding music is to make the narration audible over the music. There are a couple of different approaches we can take. The first is simply to turn down the volume on the music until it's not obscuring the VO. The volume for the whole track is a slider in the track header. Turn it down until you're happy with the music level. Note that the appearance of the waveform does not change. The audio isn't affected, only the output level. For a more professional finish, especially for pieces that have a few narrated phrases with large pauses between, we can use auto-ducking. Ducking is the practice of reducing the volume of the music when the narrator is speaking and letting it be normal otherwise. Audacity can do this for us. To use auto-duck, we need to move the music track above the narration. With the narration on the bottom track, this is critical. Select the music track by clicking on the track header. Then select auto-duck from the Effects menu. Try the default settings first. Click OK to apply the effect. You'll see the audio waveform amplitude reduced whenever the VO track has content. You can experiment with the auto duck settings to control the amount of time the plugin waits to return the music to its normal level, or how much you reduce the music for each duck, the trigger amplitude for the narration, and so on. As always, playing with it is a good way to learn. Also, you probably noticed that the music track in this example is stereo, something we don't usually deal with when doing just voiceover. Whether your final output needs to be stereo or mono will depend on the project, but that's a subject beyond the scope of this tip. Hope this helps. I'm Stuart.